So internet, how's it going? Did you guys know that Destiny 2 was getting a public test server? I mean, I don't really find it to be like that much of a shock though, given with this growing popularity and whatnot. But I am actually happy that they are deciding to kind of throw their hat in the ring and say, hey, we're gonna have a public test server. We're gonna which obviously it's exclusive to PC, and you guys can go ahead and we're gonna tweak the game. We're gonna get some players to come in, play in this server, and then depending on if they make them broken builds, if they need to tweak some of the skills, weapons, mods, or whatever, then yeah, we can go ahead and kind of work it out here, rather than us making blatant changes and then just sort of seeing how the community takes it, or kind of going the good old Half-Life 2 approach, which again, you would think that if that worked with that game and made it as timeless as it is, then you would kind of expect some of that to happen here. But then again, that is kind of the thing that killed the game Fuse. So you got to take that with a bit of grain of salt. So yeah, they're gonna have that. They're gonna test skills. Apparently, it's gonna be looking good. So you guys have that. And this is gonna be and they're doing this in light of the raid, which is supposed to come out on the 25th. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. Moving on, obviously, Days Gone, its horde can hold up to a total of 500 freakers, or in this case zombies, as they don't like to call them. And this is pretty obvious. I mean, going from the demo, where you see a sea of zombies, freakers, coming at coming at the protagonist, and him having to literally run around that little steel mill and whatnot, just trying to get away from them. That tells you something. It's 500 enemies. That's something that you don't want to mess around with, And finally, Borderlands 3's co-op. You won't have to compete for loot, unlike in Borderlands 2. Now, before I go in further in into this, they did say that you'll say that you will be able to turn on the Borderlands 2 style shared loot system if you want. Now, what is this loot system that I'm talking about? Well, for people who did play Borderlands and Borderlands 2, right? Apparently, if you killed specific enemies and you wanted to get either pearlescent weapons in the first game, or get gold legendary weapons in 2, you would have to kill specific enemies and farm them so that they would drop the weapons that you wanted, the weapons, armor, gear mods, whatever, right? You had to kill them, you had to kill them a certain amount of times because there was a drop rate for everything. Now, the problem with that is that if you had friends and they were an asshole, specifically they would wait for you to kill the enemy, take the item, and then you say, well, it's mine now, you're not getting it back. That kind of thing. Now, this was only for specific legendary weapons. Quest mods, quest items and so on and so forth, you didn't really have to worry about that. You would just complete a mission, hey, go talk to Moxie, and bam, you got a Moxie weapon, something like that. But with them taking this away, I kind of wonder, because since Borderlands 2 and also 1, that they had the feature of if you're just in the server, if I kill enemies, you still get the experience for it. I do kind of wonder, does this make farming enemies a little bit easier? Because again, because on one hand, I'm well, this kind of takes away that little competitive nature to just say, hey man, I want that gun. You know what I mean? I want this SMG. I want this sniper rifle. You know what I mean? And you're racing to get it. Which that if you do get it, well, now it makes getting weapons a little bit easier. But at the same time, though, it kind of doesn't. You kind of don't have that competitive edge. And good thing is, as I said earlier, you can toggle this on and off, so it's not that bad. But the idea is, I mean, like, because one of those is good if you're playing it online with other people. However, if you're playing this with friends anyway, and you're trying to farm like a specific weapon, I mean, you still kind of have to like leave, reload the save, invite everybody again. You know, like, it's a little bit longer than just farming the gun itself. You know, so, but then again, if you're not really trying to farm and you get some cool weapons from it, and you just so happen to get a legendary, then most likely it might drop multiple, which does kind of cut down that bad blood when it's like, hey man, I want that gun, and then they leave the game like out of frustration. So there is that, but specifically, that is what I got to say about that. I'll catch you on the next Jongravesshow. Keep watching anime, keep playing video games. See you next time. I'm out.